the stooks then, and it would be thrashed
No.
later in the winter, or did you thrash out of the field?
Thrashed out of the field. It was stooped and then thrashed out of the field.
Okay. And
So you had all your own horses and, oh, that's
We
right.
had a horse-pulled combine tractor.
Okay. All right, so you're supposed to be quiet. Okay, so you went to grade 11, so that would be what, in the early 30s that you were finished grade 11?
Late
Born in
20s.
1913,
Late 20s.
late 20s, 28 or 29,
29.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So is there anything that stands out in your mind in those sort of 10 years, like going to school and the farm and that sort of thing? Is there anything that happened that is you remember as being something?
Yeah, nearly given my mother heart attacks because I was driving the grain wagon.
What happened?
Well, we had to go up this steep thing, and she'd be waiting for to hear me coming back home again, whether I'd be, in one piece or what, because going home with those horses, they really like to go home.
Oh, I see. You lit them up, did you?
Yeah.
So you drove the grain wagon then, you drove the team for hauling the grain away from the threshing machine?
was this directly to the elevator then?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, that would be in your teen years. Do you remember when it started to get dry? Was it heading into the dirty 30s? Was 29 a bad year?
I can't remember when it really stopped, being good.
Okay.
No, I can't
Did it change fast, like in around McCrory there, or did it sort of take a couple of years to get worse?
Well, we had our good farmers and our bad, our not so prosperous farmers. We had those, after all, the Smiths were across this lake from us, and he was a good farmer, and boy, he stayed a good farmer.
But knew how to use the land and
Yeah.
Okay. Aunt Lily went east. When did she return from her education or work? Do you remember her coming back? She was gone for a few years, was she?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't remember any of that part because I left home to come to Cher Hill to be with Grandpa when Grandma died.
what year did you go to Cher Hill?
You go up there and look on the gravestone.
I mean, didn't you,
Was that right after you finished school?
Yeah, practically. I mean, there wasn't much. I guess there was there was the farming in between there that I helped with the horses and everything.
Uh-huh.
And,
So even at that time, Aunt Lily was still in the east then, was she?
yeah, she came home sometime.
So that was right around 1930 then,
oh, when you
Yeah.
worked in
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So that's when you went to Cherry Hill. Aunt Lily was still in the east, and so Waverly and your mom and dad were home on the farm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. How long did you stay in Cherry Hill?
I stayed there and worked for years.
Okay, that was okay. You went when your grandmother was dying.
When she died,
Died. Okay. What was your grandfather's name?
Campbell.
Okay. What was his first name?
William.
William. Okay. And he was still alive then?
Oh yeah.
And so he lived with Colin then in Cher Hill?
Yeah.
Colin was there with the, okay.
So at that point, all the children would still be home at Cheer Hill, Jean, Bruce, and Hugh?
Yeah, I looked after that.
Okay. Now, So were you there during, at your grandfather's death then?
No. When did he die?
He died after you left. Because you were running, helping run the store and read eggs in the store.
Yeah, but that doesn't say that he was dead then. He was running the store.
That was you running it. I mean, Uncle Carl was running the store.
Yeah, that's right.
Running the store and buying and selling hay.
So, like, how long were you in Cherry Hill? Like 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, 5 years?
Well, you see, I misbehaved, and so they sent me home from Uncle Collins,
You went back home to,
McCrory. And then they decided that they needed me worse than my transgressions.
oh, I see, what'd you do?
I went out too late at night.
Oh, I see, party girl.
And,
So they were pretty strict then? What, did they treat you just like a servant, or?
mhm.
So when, like, how long were you back home for then? That would be right in the middle 30s then, or?
I was back home for maybe less than a month.
Oh, I see.
Well, they decided I was worth keeping.
Okay, so that'd be what, 32 or 33?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
What was going on the farm then? I mean, that was right into the Depression. Were things real tough then?
Oh, yeah. Well, they sure were. And the crops were bad, you know. So,
So when did Waverly move then?
well, he didn't move. We had got married, and what do you want?
Well, maybe, I don't know when your dad died.
No, I've been getting to look up my book and find out when he did.
Would this be through the 30s though?
Oh, yes.
So right about then, Don.
Okay, now I'm getting ahead here, so you get in there.
I'm trying to piece it together.
You didn't finish what
Were you
Lily
down for the
finished.
funeral then? When he passed away?
No, right after it. Yes, I did get there for the funeral.
And you had to come in from Cheer Hill for that funeral?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I was already working in Edmonton,
okay.
but had just started working.
Just tell us a little bit about transportation during the 30s. You mentioned going to Cheer Hill. Train to Edmonton, would it be?
No, car.
Car to Edmonton?
Yeah, Uncle Colin had a car.
Oh, and he took you right to Cheer Hill then?
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember how long it would take to get from Macquarie to Cherry Hill?
No, but I remember Mom. Come on.
Was it 1 day or 2 days? Like,
You see, all I can remember is Mom talking about the trip. She come up here to visit her folks right after they came from Ontario.
yeah.
And it was a hard trip for her and the two kids.
So that would have been by train then, would it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's stay in the 30s. All right, so Uncle Colin came and got you. Then you had this transgression. So you'd get back to McCrory. He didn't take you back.
No, he put me on train.
Right from Cheer Hill.
Yeah,
Okay. Change of train in Edmonton, presumably.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And Saskatoon, probably, then, would it?
I suppose, I don't remember, but it must have been. How else?
Okay. And so, to get back to Cheer Hill after that 1 month, you'd take the train back, would you?
Mhm.
Okay.
So you went back to Cherry Hill again to work for Colin. Was your grandfather still alive when you went back?
Yes,
Okay,
he was living on his farm south of there.
I see. Okay. And Colin was running the store in Cherry Hill.
Sure.
I see. Okay. And you were there to be the nanny for the kids, and what did you do?
Looked after the kids, cooked for the whole works of them, and then candled eggs besides.
Did you get paid for that?
Are you kidding? Of course not.
So
You don't know how Scotch Uncle Colin was.
so that was in the middle of the Depression.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were lucky to have somewhere to have a job, and even though you weren't
No, I
getting paid?
I'm sure that I must have felt as if I was lucky to live in Churchill because there was lots going on there in the entertainment way.
How do you mean?
Dances and things.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Even church service. Well, it was a real entertainment because oh God, the minister just came out. I don't know, wasn't anybody we knew or anything, but he came out there, and it was praise God, hallelujah, and the whole thing. And if anybody fell down and so on, you see, the Spirit of the Lord had entered their soul. And
So it was real holy roller.
oh, it was real deal.
So lots of singing then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever fall down?
No, I never fell down.
That's your downfall. You didn't fall down.
So why was Cherry Hill, it sounds like it was a fun place to be. Is that just a farming community, basically a farming community?
Yeah, in a small town. a
Okay.
real small town.
And they must not have been real Bible thumpers then, compared to where you came from, for that kind of entertainment to be.
There was no entertainment like that. There was church and so on, but gosh, nobody got excited about it like they did
At
there.
home, yeah. So why the difference in the people? Was there a bigger mix of people?
I suppose there was, because there were a lot of foreigners, I can't tell you where from.
But a mix of different
Yeah.
ethnics.
Yeah.
So by the sound of it, you didn't leave Cherry Hill to go to San Guido because
I
everyone.
didn't.
Oh, I don't know.
I rode horseback to the dances there.
Okay, so how far was that then, Mom? San Guido?
Only maybe 10 miles.
Okay.
So instead of getting paid, you went dancing.
Yeah.
So that was the
Maybe that was
compensation.
it.
Is that
So-
part of your knee problem today, Mom?
Maybe.
Too many Irish reels or something?
If you walk down the railroad to visit the Mickeys,
Yeah.
the Johnsons were up there too,
No, it didn't walk on the railroad for Biz Mickey's. That was, you met her.
Johnsons?
No, Margret Mellors.
Okay.
So you worked there for room and board then? Is really that was
Yeah.
your compensation?
Yeah.
And like, what did you do for spending money?
I wonder if they gave me some spending money. I think they must have, because I sure couldn't get it from home.
I remember you saying somewhere along the line that that Uncle Colin wouldn't even give you money to go home for your dad's funeral.
That's right.
So how did you get home for that?
I borrowed it from him,
Oh, I see.
but you see, I could borrow it from him, but he wouldn't give it to me.
Okay. How did he expect to pay you back if he wasn't paying you?
I don't know.
Or is that debit still on his ledger?
I bet it's still in his ledger. I'll bet it is.
So at this point in time, or period of time, you were writing back and forth to the folks at home and that sort of thing?
Mhm.
And what happened with the farm in Macquarie?
Well, after Pop died, Waverley took it over, full time like. And
Was he married then?
yes. And then Mom moved away and came to Edmonton and lived with me.
Roughly what year would that be? before the war?
No. The war hadn't come yet at that time. I don't know. Do you know, Robert?
No, I don't.
So that was before the war then, that your mom came to Edmonton and lived with you?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing in Edmonton? We'll get back to the farm here in a minute, but what were you doing in Edmonton at that time?
I had to, when she came, I was already taking a hairdressing course that amounted to absolutely nothing.
Is that right?
Did you head work for the people there,
Cooper's.
Coopers?
Yeah.
You were there a year or more.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is in the late 30s then, like 38, 39?
I suppose it would be, would it?
No, that time you gone down to the hotel at, right,
Well,
Hector.
Okay, so the farm was still Waverly was still running the farm. Your mom came here somewhere in the middle of 30s then, obviously. Okay, so Waverly and his wife were running the farm in McCrory. And how long did they run the farm?
until he died. No, he died of remission.
Waverly moved to BC after we were married.
Yeah.
But, okay, and were you ever back to the farm, like in that period of time? Did you go back home at all?
To live?
Yeah, to live or visit, or?
Oh, to visit, yeah, but not permanently.
I see. So, like, would you go back at Christmas time sort of thing, or?
Oh, gosh, no, you didn't travel around like that. You didn't have enough money to.
No, but I mean, you got back once or twice. I mean, was there any reason for going back, or was it just to go back and visit?
Just to go back home.
I see.
So, we haven't brought Aunt Lily into this conversation. Did you lose track of Aunt Lily for quite a considerable time because of her being in the East? Then you leaving home and coming to Cheer Hill. Did you have contact with Aunt Lily?
Well, then it was soon after that she got married. And she went to Quinnipiac.
Okay. But were you there for the wedding?
Mm.
So you really didn't have much contact with Aunt Lily?
No,
During those years?
had more afterwards,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, so when did Waverly die?
So I should think I would remember that. It was after we were
It was in the
married.
early 50s.
Early 50s runs
I
in my
remember the
mind.
phone call.
Do you?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, for goodness sake, imagine.
Well, we didn't get very long distance phone calls, and I remember it being quite because, I mean, he was your favorite brother. I mean, you were quite upset, when he did that. Okay, so the farm, what happened with the farm then? Was it sold?
No, they rented it out. And
They only
rented-
sold the farm in the last
more recent
10 years maybe.
Yeah.
Quite recent, Don.
Mackenzie had rented it all that time.
I see. Okay, so then Waverly, like, who looked after that process there? I mean, were you still part owner of the farm? Was it part of your family, or? So it had changed hands from John Armstrong to Waverly Armstrong somewhere along the line?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
no, I had nothing to do with what happened with it.
So you traveled around the province here a little bit then, from Cherry Hill to Edmonton, where your mom came and stayed with you. Like when your mom came and stayed, did your mom do anything, or was she just here to visit, or like?
Maybe keep me in line, I don't know.
What, did you need keeping in line?
I don't know. Because as far as I know, she didn't do anything other than that.
Where did you live at?
107th and 102nd Street. For the railroad.
Not too far from downtown then.
No,
So that was a boarding house sort of thing, or apartment, or,
no, it was a room we rented, just one room.
I see. Okay. And that was while you were going to school here?
Well, taking hairdressing
Hairdressing.
course.
How long a course was it? 3 months or so?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And,
Did you
I
ever
did-
use that education to,
Oh, I sure used it all right.
I know you used it a lot on us.
We got haircuts free for,
He's got one for 50 years, I think, around here.
But did you work in a hairdressing shop?
No, because, well, I tried, but I was smart enough, for once, to realize I wasn't doing a good job. I was just turning out hair like peas in a pod. You know, they were all the same.
And you didn't want everybody to meet each other on the street afterwards?
Yeah, yeah.
so then you went from there to Eckville? Is that, like you said, what did you do? You went to a hotel, or?
Yeah, down to, yeah, that's,
And what did you do there?
I became a waitress so that I could use the uniforms that I had to get
Oh, I see.
for, to